Hi Capricorn, it's Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading. Today we have an awesome reading. We do. I feel like we do. And we start with the moon on the water, Capricorn, and I hope you guys are all well. And before we get started, if you would like a free psychic reading, we have the link below. All that information is there. So the moon on the water, Capricorn, talks about some major awareness, right? Definitely can. This is an inner transformation, initiation, or awareness. But this talks about like this awareness brings this like a still point of potential. In other words, this awareness kind of makes you stop in your tracks and think about the potential in your life and what you could have, right? Or what you can manifest. Maybe what you can change in, because this is transformation, right? And the tides of emotion and consciousness, the primal source of intuition and initiation. Yeah, it can talk about the dark of the moon as well, like the dark energy that it can make. And these animals are going a little nuts over here. They are under the moon, and the bull is here, and so is the stork. And then we have these other, they look like storks, right? And so here they are. And they're all these animals are going nuts here, under the moon, basically. The water is here as well. So we know the water can be very, the tides, right? This is the tides of emotion here with this water. But water is psychic energy or intuitive. It is beautiful energy. It can talk about change and transformation. And that's what's happening here. We have the divine masculine, the shift, and there's a major paradigm shift here. Somebody's changing. They're like, well, I'm not the same anymore, right? I need to move on or do something new, or, maybe be with Capricorn. That's what this is about. Or maybe this is your energy. And let's see what they say about the shift really briefly here. We know it's a paradigm shift, a major change. A paradigm shift is when you change your patterns. You don't do the same things. You're changing your patterns in life, and it could be a whole different lifestyle. It definitely could be. And my poor calcite here, which is my acting crystal ball here fell down a few times here, and it needs help, right? It said, stop neglecting me here, right? Stop being a clumsy person, powered light, right? Then your little crystal ball fall down. And so with this card, Capricorn, the shift, this is a breakthrough. This is Dagaz in the runes, right? The Norse rune is the last rune, which is the oldest form, okay, and literally means day. This rune is a symbol of fulfillment and achievement. And this is like when somebody just wakes up one day. This is a trip. Symbolizing the rebirth of the light in one's life, it is the rune of the awakening of the dawn and of the day rise. Yeah. So one particular day, somebody said, they could have been gradually maybe, but then one day they just boom, I need change in my life, and I'm shifting. I am changing. And this can, divine intervention, miracles, the end of stagnation, this shift card signifies an aha moment, or a sudden change in any situation that was stuck or blocked. A welcome change or answer you've been seeking is here. Meditate on this when you're feeling stuck or unsure. And then we have the Soulmate and the Stormy card. So over here, Capricorn, the divine masculine card is here. This talks about somebody stepping into their power, right? And here's the moon on the water is kind of the same energy, right? Where somebody kind of is dealing with this consciousness and these changes here under the moon, and there is a still point of potential, like whoa, like that aha moment kind of, right, where you just wake up and you go, aha, I'm going to do this, right, in case with regard to creative endeavors. And then the Stormy card is here, and this is stormy weather since my man and I ain't together. And let's see what we have. Or me and my woman, it doesn't matter, right? We have intuition and truth. Somebody's living their truth here. Here's this is her. She's supposed to be the high priestess. Yeah, she's a number 2. And so here she is. And She's closing her eyes. She's meditating here, right? Or using her psychic abilities. Either one. Behind this door, this is this gleaming light. Almost like she knows, well, if I go over here through this door, I can kind of receive blessings or something like that. Yeah, the light. And the truth is here. The truth is also about the light, right? Because, the truth will set you free. It does, right? The real truth, not the one these people are talking about. They don't have any truth. And I don't mean your person, right? Yeah. And so Capricorn, this truth card is judgment. Yeah. And he's standing, he's like the magician. He's standing, he sees this portal here where all these stars are. And, he can walk through that portal anytime he wants. And let's have a look at truth in this particular deck. And see what they have to say here. And this is a major arcana. Yes, it is. Let's see here. Yeah. The truth card reminds you that a significant change must be made in a certain area of your life. But don't make hasty decisions. Take your time, for any choices or alterations must be weighed and evaluated carefully using the powers of the universe. Yeah. And so this talks about clarity here, and that a change must be made. The qualities of this card are clarity, awakening, the revelation of truth, and cosmic consciousness. So somebody here, for sure, Capricorn, has awakened, but they've awakened in a stormy way, because we have that card, stormy weather. And let's see what they say here about Stormy. Yeah, you guys remember that song? Who's that, Stormy? And then they got the other one that sounds like it, spooky or something like that. Very cool. Beautiful here. I feel like the man who wrote either Stormy or the other one was a blind man, and a blind man from the 60s, and a beautiful R&B artist. Yeah. So I forgot his name. So let's see what we have. Drama straight ahead. Prepare and brace yourself. Conditions are not favorable at this time. And, they're showing the ship here out on the stormy water. Wait the storm out before proceeding. Please don't worry either. The weather either. The weather can change very quickly. Meditate on this when you want to call on your sea legs to keep you safe and secure through a hardship or a stressful period. If you're inquiring about a relationship, please be warned that this situation will bring a lot of upheaval to your path. Proceed with caution. And this is the symbol here is a pirate ship on the ocean just makes its way through a storm, only to be headed toward another. So whoever's going through this paradigm shift, it could be your person, I feel like it is Capricorn, knows that there's a storm ahead. So there could be something in the way here because of the way these cards are set up. Because here's the Soulmate card, and then we have Stormy here, and here's the Intuition card, High Priestess, and the Truth that we talked about, which is a change must be made because of some truth or revelation. And Capricorn, when we say revelation, we mean an awakening. Yeah, I mean, it could be a secret, but usually a revelation can be, and in this particular reading it is when something is revealed to somebody, right? One day they're, walking down the street and going into the store, and they have, or it could be at home. It doesn't matter where it is. It could be under the moon. But somebody had an awakening here, and a truth is being revealed to them. Like, you need change. You need to step out of where you're at. This is, right? It's really interesting here that a lot of people that, who maybe don't believe in, you're in their intuition, can just go, oh, there's some type of change, but they don't really get it, right? So, they don't. So sometimes when something comes to you suddenly and you feel very different, this is an awakening right there. But some people will say, oh, no, I just figured it out. And yeah, God. All right, let's see what we have, Capricorn. And your person's cards. Let's see what we have. Today we're using the little vampires. Yeah. First they were praying, and now they're vampires, Capricorn. Let's see what we have. Yeah, you or your person's headed for a storm, and This person knows this intuitively. This person, I believe it's your person. They have shifted, and there's a huge change here because we have truth. We have the shift card. Uh, And this stormy card talks about changes, but there are kind of some storms on the way. This could be like, it just looks like somebody's getting out of a situation, and they're just trusting their soul. And right, and so now they're like, well, I got to go here, but there's going to be a storm as I leave, something like that. Let's see what we have for your person. And we have this card, pray, is a stalked, invaded, and watched. Okay, so, they're extreme here. That your person doesn't have to be stalking you, but they could be watching you or just looking at your social media, right? That's all. It doesn't, they get a little, sometimes they get, they're vampires, right? They're going to be extreme sometimes. And we have transmission, influence, and impact, and the spreading of conditions here. Here's the twins here. Maybe your person is Gemini, maybe. But this talks about, this is your person's card, and they are very influenced by this whole situation. And they had a wake up, Capricorn, and they're like, whoa, I can't turn back. I'm changed. When you are impacted in such a way, and that's what is here. And crossing them is rebellion. This is revolution. And here's the angry vampire, right? She has her fangs out. I mean, but her eyes, it look like there's fire in them here. And so she's angry here, and this is upstart tumult. So this is a fight with somebody in a revolution. Your person's fighting back against somebody here, and we know that with the stormy card. Yeah. And we have the call of the night, daring, adventure, and excitement. So here is the little, here's the sweet vampire, and she's waiting for like an adventure, because here's the wolf. I'm waiting for expansion. I'm waiting for my great calling. This is what the wolf means. And here is the moon outside, the full moon. I'm waiting for this cycle to end and this new adventure to begin. Your person, and this rebellion here, fighting back against something here, is the end, is like, this is challenging them, and it is helping them here. This person knows that a change, right? That's what a revolution is. It's when people realize a change has to take place. Yeah, and they did it in 1776. And interesting, we are in the same energy now. We're not going to discuss that here, no, but it is a very interesting conversation, I have to say. Maybe in astrology videos we will discuss that. Yes, we will later on. Let's get into it, Capricorn, and see what we have for you and your person. Yeah, and maybe they're traveling right now on this stormy sea, right? But they definitely singing that song, Stormy Weather. Yeah, since me and Capricorn ain't together. Excuse me, guys. I'm weary all the time, Yeah, this person is, his morning is a little difficult to project well, but, somebody misses you here, Capricorn, and they're going through a major shift in their life. And this person, it hit them like a ton of bricks. It hit them like, it did. And so, in other words, they weren't kind of expecting it. I don't feel like they were. The bottom of the deck is the Six of Cups. And this is definitely somebody from your past that you're warm and fuzzy about. I feel like it is. Maybe it's a friend. Sometimes shows up because these little kids are friends, right? And the bigger one gives the flowers. I don't know the name of these flowers, but they have these flowers that are stars. They're called star something, and they're really beautiful. And it could be this flower, and the other little girl is like, oh, thank you. Here's the Death card, and the Five of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. So we have, and here, the bottom of the deck. This is what we have at the bottom of the deck, Capricorn. We have somebody running away from some situation here that probably is stormy, because they feel like you are a soulmate. Yeah, and that's what's going on here. And so there's an ending, but there's a transformation. There's a major change that is taking place. And the universe is bringing it in. When you have an awakening, it's because the universe is trying to knock on your head. Wake up. Wake up, no more sleeping in bed here, because things have to be done and changes need to be made. And the Five of Swords is here, so we know there is a victory and a defeat. There's a loss here. There's a win and a loss. Three of Swords is here. There's heartbreak here, and somebody else, not just the heartbreak, but I feel like there's a third party here, some type. It could be a cerebral one, or, like, I don't want to believe this way anymore. I mean, sometimes that's a huge paradigm shift, a pattern, but there could be somebody physically or literally being kind of left behind here. The Eight of Cups, and because somebody's walking away. So these cards here are telling the reading. We're going to leave them here because they are so telling, right? Yeah, this is like your nosy neighbor who comes over and says, I saw that guy and he's driving by your house, or I saw that woman driving by your house, Capricorn, and you're like, oh, well, I don't really like your nosiness, but I like the fact that you're telling me this information, right? Yeah, and then you tell them, go back in your house, you nosy thing, right? Let's see, we have, right? Yeah. Usually nosy people are like annoying, right? Because they don't have their own life. Yeah, they don't. Why do you think they're nosy, right? Yeah. Of course, right? And usually the people who are nosy, they are very opinionated. Like they don't have an open mind, right? They're like, oh, he's just a cheat, or whatever they are, whatever their whole vibe is, right? They're usually a little bit sometimes of a lower vibration they are. Let's get into the reading, Capricorn. And here we have the Eight of Cups again, and you heard me shuffling and snuffling back here, right? Sniffling, no teasing. Here's the Wheel of Fortune. And I always pull the cards back in case, there's somebody here with their birthday suit on, right? Yeah, we don't want to show that. It's prohibited, right? And so here's the Wheel of Fortune and the Page of Cups here. Yeah, somebody's trusting their intuition here, as I've been saying, to walk away from something here because of fate and destiny. And we see the soulmate right here. So that is, with the Wheel of Fortune, that is fate and destiny being revealed here. And the Two of Swords, Ace of Cups, and here's the Star card. And you see, here she is in her birthday suit again, right? And she's trying to get a tan, Capricorn, because she knows bathing suits are coming. Yesterday I went to go try on a bathing suit the other day, and I typically like one particular type, and I tried on the other, and I go, well, Denise, you must be getting a little older here, right? Because you feel like this looks good. And I can still wear the bikini, I can, but they didn't have hardly any bathing suits, so I go, well, let me try on the one piece, right? And which I usually don't like, but it was pretty, and it's hard to find a nice bathing suit because they got all these real cheap ones, and sometimes they're cut too low, and I want something pretty but a little bit classy too. We have the King of Pentacles reversed, Capricorn, that's you. Here's the Empress, the Tower. OMG, the Tower is here to bring in newness and to get rid of the old. We have the Magician. So the Tower is a friend in this reading. The Tower comes in as a forced change, but it comes in as a change that has to happen when somebody doesn't really want to make it themselves, when somebody has been lacking courage. But there's a paradigm shift here, so eventually this is helping somebody with their courage. Yes, it is. So, and their awareness, right? It helps because they're already aware, but now, it's just kind of helping them kind of wake up, right, to like, well, this isn't working anymore. And that's what the Tower is. The Tower is like, you could get fired at a job or something, and you're like, what? I was a really great worker and all this and that. But you're being fired because maybe they're jerks over there. They could be, right? That happens a lot for sure. All these politics at work and stuff. But you could be fired because the universe has something better for you. Yeah, and there's a Capricorn out there who told me the same thing. The best thing that ever happened to me is when I got fired over at this major place, right? So let's get into this. And the Three of Pentacles with the Queen, and here's the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is showing up for you, Capricorn, in this, right? This is what you're focusing on. But in this reading, it's coming into play. You have a new beginning, and it is not clear exactly when, because of this Stormy card is saying, be careful, there's a storm ahead. And when you get to that storm, there's another. So that's kind of, or this person is going through a storm right now. Yeah. And they are letting this whole awakening really impact them. They are, because here's the card here, influence and impact. And they have a revolution with somebody. Yeah, they're saying stand back, right? Stand back. And so they're going to stand their ground here. And that Five of Swords talks about standing your ground. That's what he's done. He's taken these swords and these people. This one guy, this one guy could be crying, but the way he's kind of hanging his head here, this guy's just like, well, whatever, kind of. But and these are three people here, and here's three swords here, and it does look like there is some type of third party. Now let's see what else we have. And you have the Nine of Pentacles. Somebody's getting their freedom here, and they're realizing that they can't either believe in these old systems that they were believing in, or an old relationship, or something like that, because of this paradigm shift. The Star sits in the past, so they've already been enlightened, or you have. And this hope card, this is hope. You had hope for this in the past, Capricorn, and your hope could be helping here. We have the Two of Swords, and this is showing up for you. And it's showing up with the Death card. And so this is helping you. I feel like whoever your person is knows here that I need change. I need to change my life. Here's with the Death card, right? And we are in those times when things are changing here. They are. Here's the King of Pentacles reversed. Knight of Cups showing up in the near future. And the Empress is your advice. This person wants to nurture this relationship, right? And you are their Empress. There's a lot of sensuality here. They want to build with you, but this is really love. The Empress is the energy of love and creativity. It's really what it is. Let's see what we have. And we have the Eight of Wands. This is change and growth and new beginnings. This is in your advice. You're going to have this. Because these cards, there's too many great placements showing up, right? Like over here, the Knight of Cups, bringing you a cup of love. The Ace of Cups is coming into play. And what you want here, Capricorn, too, you do want, I believe, you want this person to, like, wake up and go with the change. Like, feel this tower and accept it. And that's what they're doing, I believe. And here we have the tower in your environment. This is, I mean, I don't believe this is you. I feel like this is this person in the tower and letting, and the tower is like a release. And it's also an acceptance. Like, I need to let this building fall to the ground, right? It was already built on something weak in order for me to have, like, to live in my truth, right? And for me to rebuild my life and for me to accept change. And here's the Queen of Cups, and this is with the Ten of Swords. This is your hope, so, or fears. So maybe you're fearing this will be over, but you could be hoping, Capricorn, kind of intuitively here, maybe that, right? I just talked to a Capricorn the other day, and, that person was, I feel like, very psychic, right? Yeah. It's interesting. I was talking to my tax lady, too, and, yeah, and she was telling me a very interesting story, but we'll save it for another day. We will. And the Ten of Swords is here about her intuition, yeah, and when she was in her mother's stomach, yeah, it's deep. So I feel like I'll tell it in the extended because this is getting long. But here, this Ten of Swords is the hopes and fears, and you're hoping that maybe the worst part is over, right? And here, you could be hoping that your person will put a death to their life as it is, because this man's dead. He is, right? He has all these swords in his back, so it's unlikely he will survive. And maybe you're hoping that their relationship will not survive. And yeah, but focus on the positive, Capricorn. It gets you further, right? Here's the Magician and the outcome, and this is this is a manifestation. So let's start your person's extended. Excuse me, you guys. Excuse me, and they start here with transmission. So, this person has been influenced and impacted in a major way. They call this spreading of conditions. Okay, that's how they want to put it. That's fine. But I feel like you have a kind of shed, like you've really impacted them in this way that, like, well, Capricorn is kind of, I feel like they feel uplifted by you, and they see that change will bring them good things in their life, but they've got to step out of something, and they are accepting the truth. I feel like they are, and they see outside of this portal here, Capricorn, all these stars here, which is, kind of new beginnings, and the spiritual energy that's helping them. Rebellion crosses your person. This is a revolution. They're fighting back something that they don't want. And this is upstart. This is like to uproot something. And there's a fight with somebody. Here's the Stormy card. It could be a fight with themselves for some, but for most, this is some type of leaving something behind that they are fighting back. Now they go, I don't want this anymore. It's not good for me. I need change. And the call of the night, daring, adventure, and excitement. So she's waiting dressed up here. And so, she's looking out the window and she's going, well, it's a full moon tonight. Will they come tonight? Something like that, right? But basically, this is answering the call of the night. And we know it is answering the call, stepping up for this adventure and this expansion, because the wolf sits here. And also, your person here is going to answer the call of the night, Capricorn. They could be thinking of a real nice night with you, if you guys know what I mean. We're going to end this reading. In the extended, we'll have a 10-card spread here with these cards. We're going to find out what they're fighting back against here. Yeah, and also we're going to find out, Capricorn, how they feel about you, what's unknown about them, right, or what we haven't seen yet here. And also, we're going to find out how they look at this, and what they want, what they fear, what they want to say to you, Capricorn, and also the action they're going to take. So we're going to end it here. They're all super affordable. I have the link below. Thanks so much for joining me here. Private readings are open as well, you guys, and please see the About tab on my page here on YouTube. Thanks so much.